We are so excited that Disney is bringing Beauty and the Beast back to Philadelphia for the first time in 13 years. And
Yeah.
we've got a couple from the cast that we're welcoming to the Andie Summers show. And I really mean that both in the numerical sense and in the romantic sense, right? We've got Danny and Emily. Danny plays Lumiere and
Yes, that's right.
Redding.
Yep.
And Emily does like a jack of all trades. So go through all the things that you do on the show, Emily.
I'm in the ensemble, so I'll be one of the dancers. You might see me as a dancing plate or as a townsperson. And then I'm also the understudy for Mrs. Potts and Madame, and that's the name of the wardrobe character. And I'm also, just to have one more thing, I'm the assistant dance captain. So Michael Seltzer, our dance captain, and I make sure the dances stay in tip-top shape and run rehearsals, putting new people into the show when they join the cast. It's a lot of fun. I'm deep into the show.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And each other. Clearly, this is definitely a family affair. So introduce us to the child.
Yes. Yeah. And we have our 9-month-old son, Jack,
Hi,
who has been
Jack.
on tour, and that's pretty much all he knows.
We started rehearsal when he was about 5.5 weeks old.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we found out about him and the auditions for the show within the same week.
Yeah.
It all kind of fell together.
Well, I mean, 5.5 weeks was probably much easier than 9 months, right? Like because he's
Um,
laying there, right? At five,
Yes.
right? He's just
Absolutely.
right.
Now, for Emily, because she was still recovering and, from,
yeah, five and
but
a half weeks was difficult in one way and easy in
yeah,
another. And yeah.
yeah, yeah. And this is your first child.
Oh yeah.
yes. Yeah.
And so
But
you still,
he's
everything is still a surprise. Everything that he does is still like, oh, we're doing this now.
Yes.
absolutely, yeah.
Yes.
The adage of as soon as you get used to one thing, they're going to change it up.
Yeah.
And he for the first time he rolled over for the first time in Chicago. He crawled for the first time in Dallas.
Oh
He
my
had
God.
his first solid food in East Lansing, Michigan. So, you know,
What a fun way
yeah,
to remember all of it, though.
right?
Like
Yeah.
no one else is going to have a scrapbook like that. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's awesome.
It's
Okay,
so
so I've
true.
got a lot more family questions for you, but we want to talk about a little bit of everything while we have you, while you guys can, give me some attention rather than
Sure.
to Jack, who is absolutely much more deserving than I am. Um,
Yeah.
Do you want this?
so maybe our audience has seen you, Danny, as Lumiere opening Disney Night on Dancing with the Stars.
Yes, yeah.
Holy mackerel. Okay, so talk to us a little bit about that. Like, how did that moment compare to live theater audience? Was it a difference?
Yes, definitely. We were in Detroit at the time, so I flew out on a Sunday, and then I had rehearsal with Mandy Moore, who's the amazing choreographer, and then Monday we rehearsed, and then Tuesday we rehearsed again, camera block with all the pros, and then we went, and it was really, I mean, the cool thing about how it was similar to theater is that it was a live taping, so we did not stop. I mean, once we started at the beginning of the number, we went all the way through.
Right.
But the amount of technicality that was involved in you have to look at this specific camera on this count. You have to be on this mark on this dance move. You have to move to the right so this person can be, in focus at this point. The specificity was really, really different, I think. And the amount of time we had. You have weeks of rehearsal for live theatrical performance, but in this we had a few days, and more so a few hours, because they were doing the whole show at that point. So, but everybody at Dancing with the Stars is a pro. They've been doing it for 20 plus years, and so they were so kind, and they took care of me in this really generous way. But it was probably one of the highlights of my career. It was
Yeah.
so fun, and it was just being like shot out of a cannon, but in the best way.
That's so exciting. So
Yeah.
I have to ask, after watching you with the candlesticks, like how heavy are those things?
They're each about 6.5 pounds.
Okay, so let's just in case anyone is totally unfamiliar, okay, can we talk about Lumiere, who your character is and what this costume is like? Because that seems
Yes.
very heavy to me. Okay.
Yes. So the costume itself is also about 12 and a half pounds, and it's flame retardant. I kind of liken it to what race car drivers wear when they're driving. So if, something goes wrong, they don't catch on fire. But it is pretty heavy and it does not breathe. So it gets pretty warm in there. But also, Lumiere has been turned into a candelabra. And so he is. A lot of people think he's the maitre d' of the castle, but I was told he's the valet of the beast. So he kind of takes care of what the beast needs, but also sets dinner, things like that. But he has turned into the candelabra, and there is live flame on stage. So I control when the flames go on and when they go off, and I can feel the heat on my face, which is very exciting. And luckily, nothing has, nothing
Don't even talk about
bad has
Don't finish that sentence, please.
But no, it really is exciting. And I do have to say my body has acclimated to it.
Okay.
Uh, 6.5 pounds on each hand, but it was a steep learning curve at the beginning. But now, when I have a line that says, she is not a prisoner, she is our guest. And as soon as I say that, the audience goes, oh, you can hear that it's Be Our Guest, it's Be Our Guest, because it's such a beloved number. And so that, just knowing that everybody loves that number, that it just makes everything feel lighter, when you
Yeah.
have such an engaged audience. So it's
Yeah.
worth it.
Oh, I love that. I love that. So Emily, what is it like for you watching him? I mean, you were uncomfortable just hearing him talking about like what could happen, right? We don't even want to think about that. So do you get
No.
nervous? Are you just used to it, or do you just not even watch anymore because you're busy doing your own thing?
I Danny and I each have moments in the show where we can sort of clock each other. It's interesting. It's a pretty separate show that the principal characters have scenes and then it kind of flips and the dancers do a big number. And so we pass each other backstage here and there and we can, say, "Hey, how are you doing? I have no idea how your show is going." But in Be Our Guest and then in a beautiful number in the second act called Human Again, we have moments where we can see each other on stage. And I, I am not worried about him with the flames at all. It's so incredible to see your partner doing what they love,
Mhm.
to see him really in his element. I know you've said the same thing about me.
Yeah.
I have loved to dance since I was 3 years old. So to be in a show that has kicks and turns and leaps and, I have a great time when I go on for Mrs. Potts. It's incredible to sing the title song, but I am so thrilled that I am still dancing in this way. I am surrounded by amazing dancers, and every now and then, if I turn my head just the right way, I see my partner just like leading the charge in the middle of this giant number. It's really amazing.
Mm.
That's very cool. So,
Yeah.
Lumiere is pretty flirtatious and confident and a little extra as a character.
Yes.
So, I'm going to ask you this, Emily. How much of that is acting and how much of that is Danny?
That's a hilarious question. Um, I think I think I have a very charming man next to me. I think he can pull from, real life charm. I think Lumiere is a little more over the top than Danny would ever be in public. How's that?
Yeah.
Good
But yes,
answer.
every now and then I feel like people get a sneak peek of just how charming my husband is to me. Yes. Yeah.
I love that. I love that because it leaves a little mystery.
Yes.
It leaves
Yes.
a little mystery. Okay, so let's talk about you guys touring as a couple,
Yeah.
touring with the baby and your dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's running around in the bed. You might see her jump up on the couch, but she's
Okay.
not really sure what we're doing right now.
What kind of dog do you have and what is her name?
She's a mini Bernedoodle. Her name is Maple.
Very sweet. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Okay, so this doesn't seem like the typical Broadway tour setup. So what is life like for you and how do you travel?
We
I'm
travel in a Subaru Forester that we bought for this tour after lots of recommendations from our friends.
okay.
Um, we also got many recommendations to go buy the biggest car we could to fit all the stuff, but then I wouldn't have been comfortable driving it. So we've got a Subaru Forester with a car topper on it. And I feel like every time we pack and unpack the car, we fix we change up something else. It's this constant like here was plan A, here's the part I hated about plan A. Here's plan B, you know. His little diaper pail was rattling around in the topper. It drove me crazy. So now it's riding inside one of the suitcases and it's those little things that we keep fine tuning. There she
Yeah.
is.
There she is. There's Emily.
Oh, hey there.
Tail, just the appearance of her tail.
There you
Oh
go.
my gosh, so
Oh,
sweet.
no, she said that's enough.
That's it. Yeah.
Um,
One of the smartest things that, and this is Emily's idea, she got a shoe organizer that you hang in the closet. And she has put all Jack's clothes in it. So when we pack him up, we just fold it into a suitcase and then we unfold it and just hang it. And it's really smart. And she's labeled each section. And so,
Jack and Maple are by far the easiest to pack and unpack.
yeah.
We just put the most thought into their organization. The
Yeah.
two of us could still use some organization in our own,
Uh,
but we're figuring it out. Yeah, it's different than what the majority of the cast does or how we toured when we were single. Because the company will book hotel rooms for us. They will handle our travel, but we, in depending on the city, might be more comfortable in an Airbnb, or maybe the hotel is better. We're constantly figuring out those logistics. And of course, we're driving because Maple's just a little too big to fly, and because we have too much stuff to
sure.
fly every time with like, okay, we each get a personal item, a carry-on, and a check, but
Yeah.
no, we also need to have Jack's bed,
His tub, his.
yeah, his bathtub.
So, but
There's a
Maple can't be like babysitting Jack while you guys are working. So, how does that, unless, like, is this the other big wow of this conversation?
Oh, I
you
wish.
imagine?
Oh, I wish.
That would be the headline. No, we absolutely could not do this without the friends and family that have been helping us along the way. My parents are retired and they wanted to start traveling, so wasn't this the great opportunity? They did the first 14 weeks with us, which was like the long stretches of technical rehearsal, um, and rehearsal in New York. And then they took a break. Danny's mom came out for some of it. My sister's best friend came out for two cities. We've sort of cobbled it together between our friends and family. Right now, we're in Oklahoma City. My parents' best friends are here with us because
Yeah.
one of them grew up in Oklahoma City.
Norm and Luann, and they're fantastic.
Yeah, and they said, "You're going to Oklahoma City? Well, we'll do that one." And we said, "Okay, that sounds
I mean, it really
fantastic."
does take a village, and it
Yeah.
is a family affair. Everybody, the amount of, uh, uh, people that have said, "Oh, well, I could come out." Your cousin is coming out. We're flying him out. So it really is wonderful.
And
Yeah.
isn't it funny? Like, I remember when because I've got two kids. My oldest just today is her 18th birthday. So it's weird that I'm the parent of an adult. That's just
That's
wait for it.
amazing.
But like I remember when she was born and all these people who had kids who were like teenagers were like, please let me. And I'm like, no, no, like I just didn't want to need anyone's help. I thought I can do this. And then you realize like they genuinely want to be there with the baby. Like they genuinely, you're
Yeah.
doing them a favor
Right.
almost, right? Like even though
Yeah.
you're benefiting so greatly from it. So you and then
Absolutely.
you get to a point where you're just like, I have no pride. I need everyone's helping at this point.
And
It's
you
so
know, I
true.
think the chaos, the circus of our situation, we may have skirted that a little early. I think pretty early on we were like, we know we're gonna need some help. Who wants to help? This is gonna be something that, especially rehearsals, getting to New York and then being there all day and coming back, it was like, okay, we're gonna need some people here. Which was, yeah, it's just been incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so then that's how you're able to keep like a routine for Jack and all of that because you've got so many people that are
Yeah.
you have to be really open-minded parents to do that. I give you guys a lot of credit because I remember even just letting my in-laws take my kids, right? And I have the greatest in-laws, but they would like come to the house and just scoop them up, be like, they're ours. Like, you guys just enjoy being a couple today. And I'm like, okay. And they're going to Dunkin' Donuts and McDonald's and all the things that I won't let my kids do. But I'm like, it's not going to kill them. This is what
Right, right, right.
for, right? Like you, but that took a while. But you have to be like, okay, it may not be the way that I would do something, but it doesn't mean that it's wrong.
I think all the people we've invited in to be with Jack are people that we, love and respect how they parented their kids, and like, And I think we are open to, they might, or what we've learned along the way is they're going to have ideas that we don't have. I nannied a lot, I babysat a lot, I feel very baby literate, but this is my first time being a parent. So, my parents figured things out that were not quite what we said. I think we've done a good job, and I hope we continue to, of not being very rigid with him, but saying, I think I'd like maybe this would be good for him. Let's try. For a while we thought, wouldn't it be nice if he was still awake when we came home from the show and we could put him down to sleep? And is that one of the pediatricians called that his rock star schedule, that like if he stayed up till 11 and then, slept till 10, is that the same amount of sleep that he should have? Sure. But is that what most babies do? No. And, it was nice to be able to put him down to sleep, but it was not good for him. And it was my parents who started trying out, what if we put him down at 8 and let's see what happens. And that is, I think, one of the harder parts for me, is that we don't do nighttime with him every night, but it's so much better for him. And we get lots of great time with him in the morning.
Yeah.
Especially now that he's better rested in the morning.
Well, and you have to remember too, like it hurts you and your heart that you're not there, but he's not going to look back on this when he's a teenager and say, you know what? Like night would have been better if you had been there instead of my grandparents. Like he's going to have memories of whatever, however age you start remembering those
And
things.
it's good to hear that because, well, two things. Emily's parents and everybody that came, we did sleep training. And so they may not have done that, but they were really responsive. And they wrote down and they said, okay, we're going to let him cry it out and we're going to breathe. And, but they did it. And they were very, very, very open to that. But the other thing that he's doing now, which is really hard, is he has I forget what they call it, the separation anxiety, but he realizes like, oh, you're leaving now to go to work. And that is just breaks our hearts, breaks my heart. And just because, but then 10 minutes later, he's playing and he's fine,
Right.
But again, just like you said, for us, it's like, well, he's never going to forgive us. But they're kids and they.
I don't necessarily get that he's never going to forgive us. I try to tell myself, like, I don't want to go down the path of saying, like, don't cry, don't be sad, because he has to learn about what it is to be sad, and I guess that's what he's learning about
And
now.
that's okay to be sad. Like, oh my God,
okay to be sad, and
you
like,
don't know a joy without sorrow, right?
It's true.
Exactly.
You've got to feel it all. Good for you guys. Oh, you just sound like you're doing so well.
Thanks.
Okay, so you're going to be doing something super fun when you come to Philly because, of course, Danny is from Reading. So you're going to be hosting this Talkback Q&A. Tell me about this.
Yes. So Disney has a great program with schools and students. They're able to give discounted tickets, if not free tickets, to certain schools. And so I got 120 kids from the Reading School District, from where I went, to come to a matinee. And then they also arranged a talk back after the show. So they're going to stay and we're going to talk with some of the cast and just it's really exciting that they were open to doing that, but also that, I get to see some of my teachers and, my family was very proactive in seeing live theater, but I know that not everybody is like that. So to do that and then to have someone that went there is really, I'm very excited.
That's awesome. It sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, so let's close this up. I just have a couple more questions.
Yeah.
You guys get to tell the story night after night. What never gets old about Beauty and the Beast?
I've got a moment. You can do yours if you have one first.
I think seeing so now 3 generations are coming to the show. And you have the grandparents, you have the parents, and then you have these new kids. And knowing that this is the first theatrical experience for some audience members is really special. And to see that they're dressed up like Belle or the Beast is just that they're already excited. But nobody does spectacle and a wonderful story like Disney. So having that combination each night just refreshes it. Even if he had a bad night, or even if, we had a bad night, whatever, you can go in and see the little Belle dresses walking in and like, no, this is worth it. Let's do it. Let's push through.
That's awesome. Okay, Emily, what was yours?
And for me, the script has been updated here and there. The original writer, Linda Wolverton, came in and was actually with us in rehearsals. And there's a a few moments that I just love that never get old, and I hear them every night. And the one that always really gets my heart, speaking of it's okay to be sad, it's okay to be vulnerable, is an incredible moment with the Beast and Danny, actually, where he's nervous. It's right before he's gonna go to dinner with Belle in his blue suit and his and he's sort of like reverting back to anger. Danny says, "What are you afraid of?" And Fergie, who plays the Beast, goes, "Nothing." And then Danny says, "Sire." And he takes a long pause and he says, "I'm afraid she'll laugh at me." And thinking of how Danny and Fergie navigate that scene every night, I find so beautiful. I think particularly as a mom of a young boy, and just like everything that's in there about like how easy it is to just turn to anger when you're actually sad or you're lonely or you're scared.
Scared.
Weird.
I just think that addition from Linda is so beautiful, and the way both of them do it is just, it's so incredible.
I love that. Oh, I love that. You guys are amazing.
Oh, hey.
It's so lovely. I have really, really enjoyed this time with you.
Yeah,
Thank
same
you.
with
So
you.
did
Thanks for the
we.
great questions.
Yeah,
Oh my
And
this was
gosh.
wonderful.
nice
Oh
to
my
have
gosh.
another parent, like reassure us.
Seriously, you guys are doing an amazing job. Trust me.
Okay.
I'm like, I mean, this is coming from like I'm the worst mom, but you guys are the greatest. So maybe take it with a grain of salt. I don't know, but I'm super. Yeah, keep it up because he is adorable and just looks happy and oh my gosh, Maple is so sweet. All right, so Beauty and the Beast is going to be at the Academy of Music for 2 weeks, February 11th through the 22nd. You guys have been amazing, Danny and Emily. Thank you so, so much, and welcome
Thanks for having me.
home. Welcome.
Thank you so much. So excited.
Thank you.